Welcome back to another episode of Come Together. This is our first one of the year, 2026.
Yeah, and disclaimer, I hurt my back, so I am not well. This is what happens when you're in your late 30s, I guess. It's really
Yeah, you're
up.
a real old maid over here.
I mean, it's like shooting pain, and somehow I'm still here because I'm an overachiever and I really should be home. But alas, you guys will be suffering with me, I guess.
This is how much Erin cares about you guys. She just shows up. She wants to make sure that you guys.
When I commit, I commit.
I love it. I mean, we could do a whole thing on a 25 recap, but I came across a really interesting topic that I had never heard of before. I mean, we've all heard of dry January, obviously.
Yeah, fuck dry January. If I had a martini right now, I'd feel a lot better.
I think dry January is kind of silly.
The reason I think it's silly is because what happens after January is people get sloshed. And then it's like they think that because they're going into January without drinking, they get like extra fucked up before dry January starts. So I almost feel like it's kind of like the antithesis of what we believe and what we sell with Mezcaloom, which is balance and not over drinking and not being like that pendulum swing. It's like, you can have a cocktail. I don't think you need to have 4. Like, I try not to do that. Listen, of course there's going to be a night where you get crazy. Like everybody needs that once in a while. We all know that. But like, I don't know. I think like balance is what's missing in a lot of people's lives, which is why they choose to do dry January. So
I can appreciate taking a break from drinking.
Yeah, you just did that.
I just did that. Not in January.
You didn't label it, but you did do that, and that was great.
It was nice. But if you need to take dry January, you might have a drinking problem, as you were saying earlier.
This is really something, let me tell you.
You got this. Insert.
Something to say about taking breaks, and I actually think it's great. I just think that people abuse the break because of what comes before and after.
I agree. And so we've got dry January, and there's this brand new concept that
also, if I had a martini right now, I'd feel way better sitting here. So there's also
Miles, you guys got to get a bar set up in here.
Like my back would not bother me if I had a strong gin martini or a mezcaloom.
Yes. Mezcaloom. Only
but I'd go with martini because that
I know,
hits.
you like the olives too.
And it hits.
Oh, I know.
Mezcaloom's a slower burn. It's too clean. Give me the dirty stuff with this back pain.
Okay, so we obviously all know about dry January. There's this new concept floating around called analog January. Have you heard of this?
I love it.
And the idea is you reduce your screen time. I mean, I guess it's different than dry January because dry January is binary. You don't drink, period. Nobody's getting off their screens completely.
Well, you can't because of work. I mean, that's how people make money.
Right. No judgment. But I guess the idea is you are more mindful and reduce your screen time, which I think is great. I mean.
So what are the, are there guidelines? Like, what is it, like an hour a day, or you do just take off?
Know.
Do you delete Instagram? I think we should have a month globally that is like delete social media month. I think that would be so healthy for people. I would love to start that movement. Like
I guess
1
if
month.
everybody else is doing it.
Just get
it
off.
makes it easier. Like if you're monetizing on Instagram, if everybody else is off of it, then it makes it easier to say, okay,
that campaign can't run until the following month because that's dry, whatever. What do we call it? I feel like it should be in the summer because the summer is like when everyone gets together and travels and.
Yeah, but everybody's gonna be like, oh, look where I am, and
so then you get like that crazy gratification of like, oh my God, look where they were, and also like look where they were.
Oh, that
like
too.
How sick.
I was going to say, like, people get the gratification of actually enjoying their vacation and
That
being in
too.
the moment.
I mean, both. I
Both.
think it's a win-win.
Yeah, I don't know if there are guidelines. I don't really know much about this. I just came across this idea that's been floating around, and I really like the concept of it. And, I guess, is it about anti-technology, anti-overstimulation? Do you think that it's people wanting to assert more control over their lives, or trying to just, slow their brains down, or relief from technology?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I think it's probably just relief. Like, take a little break. We sit on our computers and our screens all day long. And our kids do too. And it's just very unhealthy.
It is weird. I can understand the day, like, I'm in front of my computer and I hate it.
I know. And I've been telling you this for a long time, and I don't know why you don't listen to me. You have to stop with those headphones. Like, why are you?
I tried
allowing
the
yourself-
other ones. Here's
But
my
it's
problem.
radiation
Okay. So Erin's
in your
talking
ears.
about the AirPods, and I agree. There's radiation. I've tried these. I have the EMF free headphones, but the quality of the sound is horrible.
So find a new
And
pair.
they're really uncomfortable.
So why don't you use the ones that I use, which are the plug-in ones?
Because they don't stay in my ear. I have weirdly shaped ears.
Okay, so then get like EMF exposure.
Well, by the time something happens, they'll have nanobots to cure everything. I should do that. Maybe we'll do an EMF free February.
That's impossible.
But I was looking at some data. 50% of adults in the US say they're actively trying to reduce screen time. What's really interesting is that of the generations, well, what generation do you think would lead this digital reduction effort?
Millennials?
No. So
Gen Z.
they're out there. Gen Z.
Gen Z wants to reduce everything. Gen Z wants no fun ever. That's what they want.
I don't know. I actually find it. I thought the opposite, because I normally agree with you on that in principle, but to me,
No, I know. I agree. No, I get it. No, it's smart. Listen, I think like they're probably of the generation, like they were born into, we had a life before screens and before the digital age in a way. Like, I mean, we watched TV, but like we weren't kids with our parents staring at their phones, and like, we weren't born into social media and watching YouTubers. Like that wasn't our life at all.
right.
So like these kids must have a real kind of like love-hate relationship with it, because they probably just want to be kids.
I think
Like they were robbed of what we had. We used to hang out after school and go to like the deli and buy a bagel with butter and jelly and like beers and like hang out outside.
by Lucy's from the bodega.
Like we had like a childhood. We weren't like going like this
Well, it is scary
in
to-
our phones.
when you think about, like, our kids are not there yet, but when they're in high school, it terrifies me to think about all the social pressures because of social media, where, you're seeing social media in general is such a curated, narrow sliver of people's lives. And of course, people are generally showing the best parts or the best photos. And it creates this misalignment from what reality is. But when you're young, you're really impressionable. And so you see this, and it's this keeping up with the Joneses, but on steroids. And I think sure, it leads to a lot of depression, a lot of feeling out of groups. Like if you see other people together at a place and you're feeling left out.
Yeah, it's really hard for kids with social media. Like, I mean, we talk about this all the time when we talk about school and like phones and kids getting on and on. First of all, I don't think kids should be on social media until they're 16. I think it's way too young to be on social media managing an account. It's very addictive. And there's like the dopamine hit of like someone being like, oh my God, she looks so hot. Da, da, da. And it's such a hard time. Like I remember when I was in 7th grade, I went, boys were like mean to, like, boys were mean as they are.
Who?
They probably liked me, but they were really mean to me and I was really upset about it. I remember. And then kids were just mean. And then I remember I went on a cruise with my girlfriend. And for whatever reason, that timeline of me being on that cruise was when my body decided to grow boobs. And I came back from the cruise and I was like tan with boobs. And I remember everyone was really nice to me.
Shocking.
The boys were
Shocking.
really nice to me. And I was 12 and in 7th grade. And I remember how hard that was from like going from boys being mean and making fun. And that was also the time like then in 8th grade, like girls start like, remember you like flash each other. Like, is this TMI? I mean, this is what kids used to do.
Nothing's TMI.
This is like what kids used to do. Like, oh, here's my boobs.
There were no cell phones to take pictures.
Right. So like, but I cannot imagine. Well, maybe kids don't do that anymore because there's like pictures, so you can send pictures to each other, which is just weird. But like,
no, I think kids do way more fucked up things, knowing that like deliberately because pictures.
I don't know what it is. It's not. I don't think what we were doing was fucked up. We were just being kids. Like,
yeah,
whatever.
Fine.
Anyway, I think that time where it's like everyone's changing and your anatomy's changing, and 1 second you're like embarrassed and people are mean to you, and the next second like guys like that is such a confusing, horrible time that like you throw social media in the mix where, you know, people are going to comment on that could throw you into I mean, it's hard for me and I'm 38. Like I really think it's scary. So I really don't think kids should have social media. Sorry, I'm having like a spasm. I really don't think kids should have social media. I don't think until they're 16, which is hard because like, for example, we're going through this right now. Levi is incessantly begging for a phone and all of his friends have phones. And I actually feel bad for him because he is left out. All these kids have phones and he's 11 years old.
But is he left out?
Yeah. His best friends have phones.
But I had a conversation with him and you know my feelings about the phone right now. I think it's way too young. I don't think 11-year-olds should have an iPhone or a smartphone. One thing to have an Apple Watch because they are more independent in the city at least, and it's good to be able to communicate. But
yeah, but we're probably getting one.
Not for a while.
Yeah, we are.
I don't see he has already hacked the iPad. I had Custodio on there. He tampered with it. Like they figure out how to get around all the stuff. And tell me after this stat, if you want to get it for him. How many hours a day of screen media use do you think the average is for children between 8 and 18?
2?
Higher.
Were you about to say 10? You kind of gave it away.
No.
4?
7.5.
Wait, between what ages?
Between 8 and 18.
7.5?
7.5 hours of screen media time.
How?
You give them
How? They're in school.
Before school, on their way to school, right? I'm sure a lot of kids in the morning when they wake up, they're checking their text or whatever. And then after school, and then when you're a little bit older, you go to bed later. What's everybody doing? Think about these sleepovers.
Yeah,
this
but
drives me crazy.
But can't we adjust that based on, like, can't we turn things off?
Of course. My issue is that they figure out how to get around it.
Yeah, but
they're smarter than us.
Yeah, but you can be smarter than him.
Or
you have to
we
be
don't
on top of it.
But here's my thing: why do 11-year-olds need an iPhone?
He doesn't need an iPhone, but he needs a phone because he self-dismisses.
Yeah, but he's got an Apple Watch.
Well, it's gone.
Okay, but assuming we find it, he does like. I understand sort of the feeling of left out, but what's he left out from?
He goes, I'll tell you, he goes to his friend's house. They're hanging out. He can't, his friends they're sitting on their phones. He has nothing to like pull out when everybody else is. I know, I don't like that they're sitting on their phones, but it is also the reality. Like there's a balance between accepting the reality of what is for Levi and his life and not liking it. I could also not like it, but it is the reality. If he wants to take, if he wants to order food, if his friends are all ordering, like sushi rolls, like he can't do that.
Yeah,
like
not everybody's ordering sushi on independent phones.
I think it's obnoxious as well, and it's not ideal, but it is what it is, and it is what his friend group is. And he happens to be friends with boys that have older siblings. He is a very mature first child, which is why he's like usually the first kid is friends with more first children because they're less mature, but Levi is mature. So he's friends with all these like kids that have older siblings. So because they have older siblings, which I get, because if Levi and Layla has a phone, Elijah's going to be like, what the hell? I don't get a phone. I'm already 11. Like I self-dismiss. I want a phone. We'll probably get him a phone. Like that's what's going to happen.
When?
I think it comes down to really us being strict with it and doing our job as parents of like really being in control of it. And what happens, and this is to no fault of parents because we do it, is it gets hard to be strict with it because we're tired and we're busy and we have a lot going on and it's hard to maintain all the little details of the situation with the phone and him being on it and after school and all the things when we have all this other shit going on.
But that's exactly my point is that theoretically, yes, we can monitor and regulate. I did that with the iPad with the Custodio. He tampered it somehow. I don't even know what he did, but he figured out how to tamper and get around it.
No, what happened was he saw you put your password in and he learned the password. He told me.
Okay. They always figure out the password.
Okay.
They always do.
I'll do it. I'll do the Custodio.
And my point is that you were saying this earlier about Gen Z. I just feel like it's robbing them of their childhood.
But my point is that it's already there. Like it's just, if he doesn't have a phone, it doesn't change that all the kids are on phones. He's just looking over the shoulder and doesn't have his own independence. That's the difference.
I get what you're saying.
He sits on his iPad the same way. When we take it away, he does give it back. He is responsible in that way.
But think about how much better this past few weeks, we put all the devices in our safe. And after a couple of days, they forget about it. They're doing art. They're building the magnet tiles. They're reading. They're watching normal TV shows, not
that's
these weird
on us.
YouTube
But
shorts.
that's on us to control that. So if we decide that he's using his phone too much, we could also have a rule. The phone goes away at 8:00. That's it. You give us the phone. We have a phone box. We buy a little box with a slit in it, and it has a password that only we know. He gets it in the morning. He puts it back at 8. Like we can make these terms with him before.
Do you think a device exists, like an automated? If not, I have a new business idea.
An automated what?
Like lockbox that only opens at the time that you set from an app. Like they put the phone in at 8 or whatever, and then it won't even open until the prescribed time.
I don't know, but I must look so weird on this podcast moving around in 40 different positions.
That's fine.
I mean, you can keep that in there.
We're going to be clipping
dying.
it anyway. Okay. My biggest takeaway and concern with the level to which children are using screens like phones, iPads, it takes away boredom. And
yes,
and I don't think that's a good thing. I think there's
boredom is meditative.
Boredom is literally mindfulness. We had this whole thing about mindfulness. It's like I used to take the city bus to school. There's no devices. I would stare at the window. Mindfulness.
Yeah.
Walk on the street with my own thoughts, looking at the trees. Mindfulness.
Yeah.
Now it's like we have to talk about mindfulness. We just practiced mindfulness without calling it mindfulness. It just was the way we lived. And the fact that we even have a new term for this is really telling. And I just feel that kids miss out on a lot of their important developmental stages, and it's unnatural when they're not bored. The kids say all the time, 100%. What am I going to do? I'm bored. I'm like, great. You know how much of a luxury it is to be bored?
I know.
It's a luxury.
I know.
I wish I could be bored.
We very often will take away their devices in the car, probably just to torture ourselves. And
it's the one area I think I'm like, okay, you take the devices and just leave us alone.
No, but sometimes we just torture ourselves because we're like, this is so horrible of having them stare at it. And it's like they fight in the beginning and it's just like hell for a while. And then they're like, let's play I Spy. Let's like sing a song. Oh, can you play my song? Oh, can you play that song? Like, then it just becomes what it used to be, which was just being in a car
Yeah.
on a drive.
Yeah. But isn't it nice after the whole chaotic
No.
part? Okay, I'm not going to bullshit either. It's really annoying in the
Horrible.
beginning. No, but it's nice after, and then you see their whole demeanor changes. I mean, you see there's this dopamine cycle that kids get when they're on these devices, whether it's from YouTube Shorts, which I want to talk about too, because I think YouTube Shorts can be great for some things, but in general with kids, I think it's the devil,
No,
literal
but like,
devil.
who's that guy that we started watching? That scientist guy, Mark something, I think. We were watching it last night. Like, I liked it. I was like,
was
okay, this
Shorts?
is like a good show. Maybe it's not Shorts.
I think you're watching like normal long form content.
Yeah.
I think with them.
Yeah, the YouTube Shorts are weird.
It's weird. It's like it's addicting. They're just What's the response always? Can you give the phone back, please?
One more.
One more. And by the way, I get it. You know this. I was a gamer for years,
Yeah,
and
but it's worse than a gamer.
it's way worse because at least
But
when I played,
Dodgy plays games.
no, he plays the most. He's got my bug.
Yeah.
So I say this coming from a place of empathy because I experienced this myself. I can empathize. I was a gamer. I played World of Warcraft, Elder Scrolls Online, these MMORPGs where it's not like Mario where you complete a level, you could shut the game, resume. It's like everything's in real time. It's live. So I get that feeling of just 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. What's happened now though is like this fucking Roblox. Roblox is, you are my enemy.
What's wrong with Roblox?
What's wrong with Roblox?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's wrong with it's horrible, Erin. It's horrible. It is
Why are you pulling out papers?
because I have stats.
Oh my God.
I have
You
stats.
printed stats about
I don't care if this is not I don't care. This is my crusade. I hate Roblox.
Okay.
It is a dangerous environment for young kids. And here.
So why do you let Dodgy play?
I don't anymore.
Plays on my computer.
He shouldn't be. I don't like that he does that. I thought he was playing like the basketball game thing now. This stupid brain rot game. That's just the tip of the iceberg. But okay, where are these stats? Okay, so first of all, 40% of Roblox users are under 13 years old. And what they've created is this mass childhood environment where it's these endless user-generated experiences with social rewards, variable reinforcement, these unpredictable wins and upgrades, but there's no real point. It just keeps going. For brain rot, for example, ask the kids, explain the game to me. Oh, you get brain rots to generate more money. I said, okay, cool. What do you use the money for? To get more brain rots. For what? To generate more money. And there's no point. And so they're just in this endless cycle, not realizing that there's no point to it at all. And so this is really fucked up. In 2019, so this is about Roblox reports dangerous childhood incidences, like if children are being sexually solicited or like fucked up things. In 2019, it was 675 reports. 2020, it was over 2,000. In 2024, over 24,000 reported.
What?
There are all these lawsuits now that are suing Roblox
Be able to play
for failing to adequately protect children. And there's no safeguards. There's no safeguards. There are creeps that come into these chat rooms. It's impossible for parents to really understand and regulate how they're
we don't
talking.
like Roblox. Okay.
No, I would say it's worse than heroin for adults.
Okay.
Roblox is worse than heroin. Roblox, let me rephrase that. Roblox to kids is worse than heroin for adults. I will say,
why do we have to say it? Why do we have to make comments like that? It's not worse. People are dying from heroin. It's bad.
fine.
It's bad.
Notwithstanding death, the addiction and the danger, fine. That's a good point.
Silly thing to say.
Well, it's controversial.
That's all you're looking for?
No, but I do think it is in the long run when you look at an entire generation, because heroin is there's a
It's
small
it's not-
subset of the
it's not on
population.
same. It's not like kids are not going. There's some redeeming qualities of Roblox. Kids have fun with
There's
it.
some
Yeah,
redeeming
there's some
qualities of
creepy-
heroin.
No, there aren't.
I've never done heroin, but I've
Okay,
heard that it
exactly.
feels great.
You sound like dumb.
I don't think it's dumb.
It is.
I think that these
Let's
games.
not compare the two,
Okay,
please. Okay.
fine,
Thanks.
fine.
Anyway,
you hear my-
with that, it's going to be short today because my back is broken and I need to go get a massage. Or I need your brother Isaac, who's a great chiropractor. If anyone needs,
Yes.
he also is Luann's chiropractor to adjust me. Actually, I actually do need him.
We might.
He is the chiropractor to the stars. Your brother-in-law. I mean, my brother-in-law. I'm delirious because I'm in pain, so I'm going to see Isaac. And goodbye for now. Hopefully, next time you see me, I will have a better back, but also something else better, which I'm not going to say what it is yet. You'll just have to see next time, and I'll
You leave a lot.
tell you all about it. Well, this is a good one. This is a really good teaser,
especially for me.
Okay, bye.
Thanks for joining.